Chris Hatton alongside Jim Strache back in the 86 car outside row 12. Hank Baker Jr., a driver that has had some success here. Got up into the wall in the qualifying session earlier today. Joey Torchia and Vinny Delaney rounding out the 27 cars that registered. Don't know if all of those cars are out on the racetrack. 27 cars did register for the action here tonight.
Field picking up some pace, getting some heat in the tires, getting ready to go with a final report. Bob Dillner.
Hey, let's look out for a white race car that's starting up there near the top of the field. Skip Flores, Ryan Flores, pretty good shoe last night in the booth for the NASCAR Wheel of Modified Tour race on Flow Racing. And today he's racing one of these 602 Modifieds. The guy is a wheelman. Let me tell you, he can wheel anything. He raced in the NASCAR Modified Division at Bowman Gray Stadium this year, and he's won a bunch of TQ races in the indoor series up there in Jersey and Pennsylvania. Look out for Skip in this race.
Of course, we heard him call the action a night ago with Kyle Rickey in the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour 200 one night ago. So he saw how those races kind of went on last night. Now gets a chance to get behind the wheel and wheel it himself in this 25-lap race. Great qualifying effort starting inside the top 5.
Kyle Rickey in the booth with us right now. Kyle, you think Skip's got a shot to win this one tonight? He's giving the big thumbs up where he's going to be pulling for Skip Flores there in the 15. Pace car pulling down into pit road. Field picking up the pace. It's time to rock, roll, and rumble. First 602 feature event of the World Series is green here at start finish.
Oh, and some contact in that second row. We saw the 57 Beecher car go up in the air. Sparks flew, but they continue on. Everyone makes it cleanly through turn 1 and 2, leading the way. Bennett to turn 3.
Bennett with the lead, but Skip Flores in that white and black number 15 trying to find some room as we got cars all kinds of sideways there off at turn 4. Talk about slip and slide, dip and dive. These cars really darty here in the early going.
Looks like a Pocono restart when everyone goes about 4 and 5 wide on the front stretch here at New Smyrna. Battle inside the top 5. Beecher has third. To the inside, here comes Eric Say.
Eric Say to the inside. Look at that push right there for Paulie Hartwig the third. He's going to give Beecher the shove down the front stretch. Beecher going to take over third, but Hartwig looking to push him even closer to the front down the back stretch.
Hartwig set fast time. He's got a fast piece. They were able to get the problem stopped in practice today when the oil leak took place before any issues happened in the engine, and it's running strong. Bottom lane for the 73 of Hartwig. 4th place. He's picked up a pair of positions already.
Yeah, Justin Beecher made the lane change, and Paulie Hartwig made an even more drastic lane change of his own. They were trying to scatter 2 and 3 wide down the backstretch there as Beecher looking for some racing room as he tries to stick the nose underneath Joe Pappin there down the front stretch.
Good run to the outside for Zay, making a run back at Hartwig for position. Hartwig now the run, kind of boxed in a little bit behind Beecher. We said about the draft and closing the rate quickly, made contact, and to the bottom goes Beecher. Maybe something happening, and that's why he dropped off the pace on the backstretch that caused the contact.
Trying to get out of the way right there. Paulie Hartwig gave him a huge shove. He thought he was going to help him dive off into the corner there, but that cost Paulie Hartwig the position there. Eric Say going to take over that third spot.
Despite the less horsepower and the less tire, these cars are a lot of fun to watch. We love them every year here at the World Series. You see Zay looking to the outside, running behind Pappin. Pappin, that beautiful number 3 car, opens up the inside lane. Zay goes to the bottom. Here comes Hartwig looking low as well.
Hartwig's got a really good race car. He just got shuffled out right there when Beecher had that issue, and he lost his drafting partner right there. Eric Zay darting to the outside. He's going to kind of lead Paulie Hartwig out to drive right there. Hartwig still working to the inside of Pappin there as they battle for 3rd and 4th.
So Bennett leading the way, the Belle Isle, Florida driver out front here early on, took the lead to get into this race. There's a decent advantage built up, over half a second on second place, Eric Zay, but Hartwig has picked up 3 spots. And when we saw him kind of just walking around here in recent years, it was because he couldn't race. He was too young to compete in the 602 Modifieds here at New Smyrna Speedway. Gets the opportunity this year, and he's trying to take advantage of it. That's the 73 right there, running 3rd. Those 2 are closing on the leader, Bennett.
Eric Zay with a beautiful looking, I love just the simple graphics on that race car. One color number race car. It's just as fast as it looks too, but he has got a mirror full of Paulie Hartwig Jr., and they are quickly closing on Bruce Bennett at the front of the field.
Zay running in the second spot. I was trying to see, it looked like almost a little bit of steam was coming off the front of that race car. It wasn't much, if any at all, as those two close on the 40 and the 34 of Zay. Strong right now, Bob Dillner.
Indeed he is. A battle for the lead right now during this one. Here comes Hartwig to the inside. But Zay has been around this modified community for a really long time. His family actually owned race cars up at Riverhead and Islip Speedways. Don Howe, who is immortal to all Long Island racing fans, one of the many-time champions in the modifieds. He actually had his car owned by Carl Zay, and that's the Zay family. Look at this battle that we got going for the lead right now, guys.
Oh, he's sending it deep there on the bottom. Went up, bumped a little bit in the middle of turn number 1, side by side for the lead. Bennett has it.
Look at
over
this.
the first 12
Look
laps.
at this.
Hartwig also peaking low at the line. Lead change. New leader, Eric Zay.
I thought Paulie Hartwig was setting him up for a 3-wide move, but indeed he is going to look to the inside of Eric Zay off of turn 2. Zay's able to get the power down, but I can see it, Adam. Paulie Hartwig Jr. Paulie Hartwig III trying to figure out a way to set Eric Zay up for that pass.
He is still trying to set him up. He's looking to the inside right now, kind of running in line. 11 laps remain in this short distance affair. 25-lap race on their first of 4 nights. We'll also see him tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. For the 602 Modifieds, 10 to go for Eric Zay.
You know, with a 25-lap sprint distance, you don't have the time to be too patient. But that's exactly what Paulie Hartwig III has been here in this early going. He has patiently worked his way past and now challenging for the lead going off into turn 3.
The top qualifier, the youngster, the young teenager, into the lead at New Smyrna with 9 to go. It's Paulie Hartwig III.
I think we gave the commentator's curse there to Skip Flores. That 15F car did not come up to speed outside the top 15 right now, and he is battling with Paul Fly there in that yellow automobile. I do believe that's Paul in that yellow automobile as they work their way off at turn 4.
Final 8 laps in this one. Joe Pappin in the 3. See Cicero joining the battle in the 27 as well. Adam Cicero in the 27 car. Started inside of row number 4.
Yeah, correction on the scoring there, right there. Skip Flores not outside the top 5. This is a battle for position well inside the top 10, so my apologies there.
Battling side by side inside of the top 5, making the run to the bottom lane. Good action inside our top 5 here at New Smyrna Speedway. 6 laps remain. A couple of features after this one, Sportsman and the E-Mods yet to run, but this has been a good one. Lots of passing, lots of side-by-side action, and it continues in 3.
You know, we talk about that perfect blend between horsepower, tire, and aerodynamics as we've got caution for the first time today. The 22 car sideways over there in turns 3 and 4. Tommy Sokolski bringing out the first caution flag. Good 20-lap green flag run right there, Adam, and I think we are going to see a thrilling restart here with just 5 to go. So caution flag out for the first time here with now 19 laps completed. We'll go back to the last completed lap. Paulie Hartwig III scored as the leader after starting back in the 6th position. He patiently worked his way through those 5 cars that started in front of him. Eric Zay with a great race tonight. Bruce Bennett leading most of the way here today. He sits back at the 3rd position. Jack Hanley Jr. and Joe Pappin rounding out the top 5. And a little scoring hiccup there, so apologize for that, folks. But Skip Flores indeed sitting in the 6th position.
Sokolski gets moving again in the 22 car. We have 6 laps remaining. Hartwig the 3rd. What a run from 6th position up into the lead. And young driver who hasn't had the chance to race here at New Smyrna Speedway because of his age and being too young is finally old enough. And when I say old enough, 14 years of age isn't very old, but he's putting on a show here tonight, Bob.
You know what's interesting, Adam, is the fact that Paulie Hartwig is in 9th grade. That's crazy. And he's competing in modifieds and also the 602 modifieds here. He was a winner on the Smart Modified Tour last year at Hickory Motor Speedway in North Carolina. And remember what happened here last year. You guys had the great interview live on Flow Racing. His dad retiring, saying, I am going to put all my focus on my kid right now because he deserves it. His dad, Paul Hartwig, stepping out of the seat, allowing his son to take the spotlight. And he did it last year with some great runs, not only on the Smart Modified Tour, but also in other areas like the Turkey Derby and so forth. And now he's going to be a Rookie of the Year competitor in the NASCAR Wheel of Modified Tour. But what a way maybe to start the season in modified racing with a win here tonight in the crate cars here for the modifieds at the World Series if he's able to pull it off.
You know, Adam, you remember that highly emotional interview with his dad, Paul Jr., here last year. Can you imagine how emotional he's going to be if, and it's a big if, but if his son ends up in victory lane here tonight, that's got to be intense.
Yeah, he said last year, finished on the podium, and in the very emotional interview said, this is my last race here because I'm going to concentrate on my son's racing career because of how good he is, and he has been impressive tonight from 6th to 1st. Has chosen the outside lane. These cars all about momentum too. Can't really check up. They got that 602 engine, not a lot of horsepower. Once they get up to speed, they don't want to lose the horsepower. You see them dragging the brakes right now, getting some heat, keeping some heat in the front tires.
So I asked Ron Silk about that the other night. I said, why are the modified cars the only cars that tend to do that? He said, you know, it's weird, but based on the setups, we actually have a lot of rubber buildup on those left front tires. I don't know if it helps, but I think it does. Seems like it does. So he said, that's why we do it.
Scrubbing it right off, and we're ready for a restart with 6 laps to go. Hartwig on the outside lane, Zay on the inside. Great restart for the 14-year-old. Leads the field to turn 1.
Zay did not get a great restart, so they're going to stack up behind him. But Jack Hanley Jr. with an impressive restart. He's going to jump to 2nd as we stream out 2 and 3 wide down the backstretch.
3 wide there on the bottom lane as Flores makes the move past the early race leader Bennett. Up the track a little bit in the middle of the turn 4 exit, and the field will slow shortly, and does as the yellow lights come on for an accident off of turn number 4.
A couple of cars sideways there, and we have put a car up, and that's hard to do. That's the pit entrance there over in turn 4, and that car spun way up to the top of the racetrack, and looks like the 94 car involved, the 09 car. So a couple of cars getting caught up in this one towards the back of the pack. Paul Fly was sitting back in the 15th position, and that also looks to be Chris Hatton in the 09.
Chris Hatton Jr., a 2-time track champion in this division in 23 and 24, finished 2nd in the track points this year, Bob.
Here's what happened up there in the corner. I was kind of looking down to turn number 4 from pit road here, and Hatton and another car made contact. He went way up the racetrack, and that's the pit exit from the the pit area outside of turns 3 and 4, and he came to a rest. But as he was doing that, kind of bottlenecked the cars right around him, and that's why you see a couple of cars involved down there. Just some contact that led to some chaos, and they all came to a stop in turn number 4.
So now we get to see another restart for Hartwig and Zay, 2 really fast race cars at the front of the field. Zay was 4th quick in qualifying. Hartwig was the fastest. If he has another restart like he did right there, he'll be in good shape. And you see right there, Fly unhappy with one of the competitors as they go by in turn number 4. 19 down, 6 to go in the 602 modified feature. Laps down, 5 laps to go. The 22 of Sokolsky sent pit side, and looks like he's going to be done for the event as he removes the steering wheel. As we get the double up and 2 to go signal on the front straightaway. They choose their lane again to the outside. Choosing the outside of row 1 is the 73 of Hartwig. Jack Hanley Jr. running in the 2nd spot, and we've seen his brother Max race here in the past where he claimed to win. Jack's got a chance now running in second, Bob.
Indeed he does, and he's a good shoe. He comes from one of those tough racetracks on Long Island, New York. My home track, my NASCAR home track, Riverhead Raceway, and you know he's won a ton of Blunderbuss races up there. He's won some great races. He and his brother Max, just really good shoes. So not a surprise that he's got a shot here. But starting on the inside of Paulie Hartwig III, what do you think about maybe that 8 tires are better than 4 going into turn number 1?
Well, if it's anything like the previous restart for Hartwig, there won't be a car to the inside because he shot like a rocket coming out of turn 4 and nobody was to his inside going into turn 1. But we'll see with Hanley now being on the inside of the first row if he can have a better restart and stay alongside. And we're going to find out in about a half a lap.
Well, I don't know if 8 tires turn better than 4 with their open wheels, but that's the reason why they put those bars to the right sides of these race cars. So we're about to find out. 6 laps to go, or 5 laps to go for Paulie Hartwig as we come back to the restart zone. Let's see what Jack Handley has for him on the inside. Hartwig on the button, green flag back up, 5 to go. Here in the 602 modified feature.
And again, great restart and has no car to the inside, so he doesn't have to worry about the 8 tires better than 4. Is a great restart again for Hartwig. Hanley drops in line. Up to third is Flores.
Top 3 single file as we come to complete lap 21. Paulie Hartwig stretching out that advantage, and we've got cars double wide back in the pack. These guys still fighting for every inch. There's the team car to Paulie Hartwig. James Blewett in that 73 Jade on the backstretch looking to the inside of Eric Zay.
Also the 3 of Papin making a look to the inside, but the field will slow. We've got another yellow. A yellow back out again as we've got the 46 around.
Vinny Delaney spinning off at turn 2.
And at least one more restart for Hartwig to be flawless on. He's been flawless on the previous 2 and shooting into turn 1 with no challenger alongside.
So we didn't think we were going to have to talk about this, but the time limit on this race, very similar to what we had earlier, 25 laps, 25 minutes. Still 17 and a half minutes in, so we do have some time left, but we keep having this little spate of yellow fever. We may get down into time limit mode. Bob, you got an update on what happened there with the driver of that 22 car?
Yeah, basically, he came down pit road and parked it, and I just walked up and I said, Tommy, what happened? And it was just one of these simple things, bad break for them. The rule is if you don't have a spotter on the spotter stand, you can't stay out on the racetrack. And unfortunately for him and that team, the spotter's battery died, and because of that, there's no communication from the spotter to the driver, and that's why he was given the black flag.
I think maybe there were a couple buddies up there that they could go borrow a battery off of.
Hey, there's no friends in modified racing. Okay.
Oh, I see. Well, in the super
go.
late model world, somebody would have bummed him a battery, right? No, but tough way to end the day right there for Tommy Sikulski after that spin that brought out the first caution flag of the night. But in any case, the car's in one piece, so that's a good sign, right?
4 to go. This race went green for a long time, and a lot of passing taking place, especially for this guy right here, Paulie Hartwig, from 6th to 1st. We've had a few yellows here in the late going. The last thing you want as a leader when you're so dominant and so good on restarts is to have another one to try to stay dominant on. Got a pit stop, Bob.
Annabeth Barnes-Crum is on pit road, just making some adjustments, preparing that race car for the rest of the week. And Justin Link, who helped Jimmy Blewett last night, kind of calling the shots here for Annabeth. He's at the front of the car. Her husband is the jackman here right now, Jake Crum. And both Annabeth and Jake Crum, they met at the racetrack years ago. They have kids. They've started a family together. But Annabeth is certainly really good behind the wheel. Doesn't have a lot of experience, just one season in a 602 modified, but we're expecting big things out of her in the Southeast this year.
Pit stop complete for one of our multiple 12 cars. And we also have Nick Baer in the 12. We have Cody Norman in the 12. So a few of those, a popular number for the 602 division as we clean up a little bit more. And moments away from getting this field realigned. Hopefully we'll double them up next time around. 4 laps from the finish. 602 modifieds. Sportsman drivers getting buckled in and ready to go for their race coming up next.
So my grandparents were scorers back in the day up at our home tracks there in Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan, and there were two things that my grandmother did not like. That was multiple cars with the same number and black cars with black numbers.
Oh, yeah.
And we see that's commonplace.
Yellow
now.
cars with yellow numbers,
Absolutely.
or yellow car with an orange number,
Right.
Stuff that's very hard to see.
And now you would have 4 cars with the same number. They're all black with black numbers. It doesn't matter.
I've done a little line scoring, and what I don't like line scoring, midgets. The
Really
numbers
hard.
are like the size of an index card.
Right,
Those things.
really hard to do. 1 to go given here. We're going to double them up and give the 1 to go here on the same lap. So I believe I saw Polly Hartwig to the outside, and indeed my check down into turn 1 does confirm that. So Jack Hanley to the inside. Skip Flores electing the outside lane for this restart. He'll have James Blewett to his inside. So again, anything can happen as we come back to green on this restart. Looks like the lights back out on the pace cars, so we'll do at least 1 more lap.
So we've seen Hartwig perfect on the outside lane for 2 restarts. Let's see if Hanley can time it up better. He knows he had no chance to battle with him that time. Does he try to time this one up better? Maybe lay back just a slight bit, though you're not supposed to, but lay back a slight bit, get on the throttle a little bit, just so you can try to time it up a little bit better over in 4, because Hartwig has been very good on his couple of attempts on the outside lane.
And he's been very unpredictable in that restart box as well. He's gone at different spots inside that restart box every time. So it's kind of hard to get the jump on somebody who hasn't been very consistent where he hits the button. So pace car going to pull off this time around. Polly Hartwig and Jack Hanley up on the front row. James Blewett and Skip Flores back there in row 2. What's going to happen? 4 to go. Coming back to green this time around.
That time it was the 49 of Hanley, actually about a nose ahead, but here comes Hartwig into turn 1. Clears him again, another great restart for the youngster. Goes a little bit high in 1 and 2, doesn't matter. Clears him off of turn 2. Back out front is Polly Hartwig the 3rd. Flores to the inside of Hanley for the 2nd spot.
Flores was your 2nd fastest qualifier today. He's trying to get up there and challenge the quick qualifier. Polly Hartwig the 3rd, 3 to go. James Blewett to the inside of Eric Zay, still battling inside the top 5.
Zay right up against the wall, keeps the nose out there, and then has it taken away by Blewett down in turn 3. 2 to go this time for Hartwig leading the way, and a few cars out front breaking away from the 73 of Blewett, running 4th, and a big pack behind him.
Biscaggle battling for the final spots up in the top 5 and just outside the top 5. There's Papin in the yellow, number 3. He's getting a shove from LeCicero in the 27 car. Coming back to the white flag, Polly Hartwig the 3rd, the 14-year-old. Looking at the white flag, final time. He's got 2 car lengths on Jack Hanley Jr. down the backstretch.
He's won some big races in his career in a number of different places. Tonight, New Smyrna Speedway for the youngster at 14 years of age. Breaks into the World Series win column, Polly Hartwig the 3rd.
Jack Hanley across in 2nd. Skip Flores coming across in 3rd. James Blewett, Eric Zay rounding out the top 5. An excellent 25-lap feature event and what could end up being a historic night. Everybody looking at Polly Hartwig the 3rd as perhaps the next big superstar to come out of modified racing. And he hasn't even really run a tour-type modified race just yet. Everybody highly anticipating this young man, and here he is, his first career World Series start, first career World Series victory.
Hartwig continues to impress at a very young age. Picked up a Smart Mod Tour win in 2025, so he has a little bit of experience, obviously, behind the wheel of some powerful modifieds as well, but he's running the 602 class here at the World Series, and he claims a win in his first start at New Smyrna Speedway, and he'll celebrate in victory lane. His dad coming up to the window to celebrate as well. Bob?
Yes, a big celebration here. This is an emotional family. Mom coming down here as well. Paul Hartwig, as we mentioned 1 year ago, retired from racing, coming up and giving a hat to Polly Hartwig. Paulie going to be getting out of this race car momentarily, and this is one happy bunch down here. This is a big deal. He's pumped up inside that race car, and I remember when he won at Hickory Motor Speedway in a Tour Type Modified with a Smart Modified Tour. That was an impressive run. He beat Luke Baldwin in that race, and everybody knew right then and there that Paulie Hartwig III is going to be a star in this sport. He was so excited here today before the race. He got that video out. Remember, after practice today, that car smoking on pit road, oil all over the place underneath the hood, and now he's in victory lane. Here comes Paulie Hartwig. Paulie Hartwig III, a winner at New Smyrna Speedway. And hugs from dad to son. Those are some pretty hard hugs, too. Paulie might have a bruise or two on his back there. But Paulie, you crushed the hood on that race car, by the way. Take a look at this. Holy smokes. Got to bang that back up there. But Paulie, what does it mean to now win here at New Smyrna Speedway?
Man, waiting about 3 years to, to race this race, and coming to the World Series since my dad raced, it's pretty cool. But, we fought a car all day. We had troubles in practice, and I showed you. So, I think we just lost it right there. So, these guys gave me a great car. Coming here with double duty, I know it's a lot. So, we showed these guys, and it's pretty cool. Racing this thing on iRacing, practicing and stuff. So that definitely helped a lot. And then running here in real life is really cool in front of these fans too. So that's cool.
Some momentum now too for you going into the Tour Type Modified races. Is that going to give you some momentum right there that you're going to be able to transfer?
Yeah, I think we're just starting the week so far really good, and we got way more to go. So just hopefully we keep the momentum rolling, and we'll see what we got during the week. And I gotta thank my mom, my dad, Bobby, CJ, Lil Wayne, Maddie, my pop-pops, Joe. I gotta thank all my sponsors. BB Paving, Jersey Shore Contracting, Haitian Landscaping, Morgantini Race Engines, LaJoy Seats, Professional Therapists, Jersey Shore Contracting, and everybody else in Morgantini. And, everybody else helps.
I want to know, though, from your dad, because, Paul, you retired last year, and you said you were going to dedicate yourself to your son. You did, a winner in the Smart Mods, and now a winner at New Smyrna in the 602s. That spotlight that you thrust upon him paid off.
I ain't going to be cocky, but where's Keith Rocco this year with that 16 missile? But anyhow, we're here. It took one shot. I told you if he was behind the wheel, we'd have it, and we did it on the first shot.
Absolutely. The New Jersey Speedsters get the job done here at the World Series, guys.
Definitely did. It'd be fun to watch that 73 over the next few nights. Running 3 of the next 4 nights, the 602 Modifieds. Some longer distance affairs mixed in. Tonight a short sprint to the finish at just 25 laps. Second place run was strong as well for the Hanley number 49, making his first World Series start. His brother again has run several times, Max, and has in fact claimed to win. But today it was Jack Hanley Jr. bringing home second, Bob.
Absolutely, but if you take a look at the race car, look, it says Max Hanley on there. The brothers are really good, and especially here at New Smyrna Speedway. So almost, my mom used to say, is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades. But at the same time, second place puts a smile on your face. Why?
Yeah, definitely. It was a good night. Paulie's great. Might have to protest his birth certificate. I'm not sure if he's old enough. But, yeah, I can't complain with second place, man. We had a rough day. And I know the car's fast. My brother's had a lot of good runs here. So we just stuck to what we know, and here we are again on the podium.
How'd you have a rough day after a good run here tonight?
I don't know how to set the throwout bearing. My brother says he does. He don't know how to set it. By the 4th or 5th try, we got it.
You got it. Now, how does this set you up for the rest of the week in this class? Because you still have a lot more racing to go to try to get into victory lane.
Yeah, tonight was a great first night just to lay the foundation. And now tonight I can kind of look at the nitty-gritty and hopefully fine-tune it and get that extra spot tomorrow.
You gotta love the Hanley boys. Good here today.
I hope my fiance's listening. It's 1 month till we get married, and I can't wait.
Oh boy, look at that. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready. I've been ready.
All right, maybe you can give her a gift and go to victory lane this week. Indeed, the Hanley boys, as I said, colorful characters, and another colorful character finishes on the podium. He was our last-minute report before the race here tonight. You're looking good out there. By the way, nice uniform, I have to say. I've never seen it in person. You're looking good. But what do you think about this podium run here tonight, Skip?
Hey, it was great. Yeah, Frankie Caprera keeps us looking good with this FX Pair hot rod. But yeah, it's fun. I've never been here before. Never really run 602s much, so we're learning. I think we missed it on the tires a little bit, but shout out to my guys, Dylan Rogers, and everybody that put this thing together, man. We got here, we unloaded with 20 minutes to spare. We had some troubles parking this morning. 20 minutes to spare before practice, and it just shows the preparation. We were fastest in practice, qualified second, and able to run third, and we learned a lot. And man, I feel like if I wasn't even going to race till like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, I have this modified. If I'm a real racer, you know, you got to be like the Richie Evans, the Teddy Christophers, the Mario Fioris of the world, and bring your modified down to Smyrna. So since I was in the booth with you last night, I said, I'm pulling this race car down there too. We're going to have some fun.
I saw a couple of oh my moments from you. I saw that car sideways off of 4, I think sideways going into 1. Was it fun?
Oh, it was a blast. Yeah, you got to drive these things, man. These cars don't have a lot of motor. I got out a TQ Midget last week that's like so much power to weight ratio, and these are, you know, you got all about momentum and keeping them going. So when you commit the throttle, sometimes you got to cowboy her up to the fence and you don't want to lift because it just kills your own straightaway. But so much fun, so cool to go around this place, and really cool to park on that front stretch here.
Good job by Ryan Flores, a 3rd place run here tonight, and a great looking white knightish type car here. That's what they called his modified earlier this year at Bowman Gray Stadium. Hey, just want to update you from last night too. The NASCAR Willow Modified Tour race, we saw a hard hit for the 99 on the backstretch during a caution, and that was Sammy Ramo. I've been texting back and forth with Sammy all night. He's actually been in the hospital getting checked out, and he texted me